Hey YouTube, welcome back to UniXTCG, and today we're going to dive further into our set 5 breakdown and analysis, going over what we know so far of the Black Gogeta deck. And then short and simple, if you like the content, like the video, and if you love it, subscribe. But if you want to go the extra mile, go over in the description to my other channel, Universe X, where I do manga, anime, gaming, gacha content, and give it a subscription. It's this close to 1,000, and once I can get that monetized, I can start making more money and just basically making this lifestyle more sustainable. So I would love it if you guys showed me that love and went over and supported that channel. Now, let us hop into the content. Alright, so looking at this guy's leader effect, basically I'm in a weird space because I don't really feel like I'm that high on Gogeta. He is a when attacking draw one card leader. At 4 life he flips over and he does not draw a card to awaken. Now normally not drawing a card, there has to be a specific like drawback to balance out a very strong awaken side. You have the Vegito becoming a 40k and pretty much for nothing, and even though he doesn't draw, he puts 10 cards into the drop, essentially furthering you towards his 40k. This guy does not draw, and his ability just becomes pay 1, and if you don't have an energy marker, place an energy marker. Now the thing about this is already this makes me feel like this is an effect where you don't want to awaken early. Most black leaders do not mind awakening too early, because when they awaken, they become way more powerful. GT Goku is able to use his leader effect to, you know, just pump up things high. Bardock becomes a 25k attacker with a little bit of scry action. The baby starts comboing with things in rest mode. But this card, it doesn't necessarily, like, because it costs 1 to use and it's just creating an energy marker, that energy marker creation isn't even furthering your board per se. There is a net no change of energy. If you had 5 energy and no marker, you are now going to 4 energy and a marker. So you're not ramping, and on top of not ramping, you are also still kind of stuck to this curve. So I don't know why he's not drawing when he flips. And then on top of that, once he is flipped, flipping early is bad in my opinion. Now looking at this just on paper, maybe playing it will be different, but looking at it on paper, flipping early is bad. You legitimately are going to flip, and let's say you flip on 4 energy. What are you doing? You're charging to, well, you're flipping on 4 energy, and then you can use 1 energy to go up to an energy marker and 3 energy, and then okay, like you're not really doing anything like that. So that's the part that kind of catches me. But still, going through this, I want to break down what we currently have. Now we have this Pyon, right? This is the first SR that we've gotten, and he's a 2 cost 20k. On play, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, so he helps you towards the awakening. And then when attacking, if you have an energy marker, look at 2 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 card with another world and its special traits, and put it into your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of your owner's deck in a random order. Now this card is a very, very good card for a couple of reasons. If we get a Gogeta SR, which I'm sure we probably will, either if not in this set, we're gonna get it at some other time, it's going to be able to search that card. You know, we have a card that we're going to talk over next that it's going to be able to search. Top 2 is enough to scry, look at what you need, take what you need, and hopefully not lose too much. This will, though, bottom deck quite a few cards that are considered black staples, and that is the only issue with Pyon. But in a deck that doesn't have too many cards, like you're going into your 3rd set of cards, you're probably running 3 to 4 of any card that really matters, so it should not hurt terribly. Now, the other thing is, it requires you to have an energy marker. So, and I'm sorry if my voice sounds different, I'm sick. So, when it comes to that, you're still either having to go second and not use your energy marker, or you're going to have to be playing something like a Kakarot, or you're playing something like a Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku, getting an energy marker, and then, you know, your next turn you're playing this Pyon. Maybe even playing 2 Pyons. So I do think that that's pretty cool. It is going to be awesome that it's a floater, and if your deck is built the correct way, you shouldn't miss too often. But looking at top 2 and the amount of black cards that will not be another world, you probably still will miss a fair amount of the time and just bottom deck stuff. But you're getting closer to the cards you want, especially if they make a Gogeta bomb that's part of the another world archetype. So going over to the next card, you have Grand Kai. And normally I don't put super combos in here, but it's good to know that Grand Kai is another world, and Pyon does not have a cost requirement. So if you flip over Grand Kai with Pyon, congratulations, you're picking up a super combo into your hand, and that's actually something to be very noted. I think that is actually a massive plus to actually playing this leader and the Pyon in the Another World core. Then the other card we have spoiled is this Veku. Now, this Veku is a 3 cost, 20k, 10k combo power blocker, so decent stats all around. I mean, it's a 3k for 20, or 3 cost for 20, but that normally happens when you have 10k combo power and an effect. But he's a blocker. Blockers don't really do much right now. 3 cost, 20k power is a very easily removed stat line. So yeah, blocker probably doesn't mean much, but at the end of your turn, if you have an energy marker, switch this card in battle area to active mode. Yes, it's easily removable, but its condition for going to active is very, 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 very loose. You poke for 20k, you untap this guy just for playing the game. So yeah, sucks on the terms of stats. Effect is easy enough to use, and if your opponent wants to get rid of it, they're going to have to go out of their way to get rid of it, or not, seeing as MLC's effects do not have to go very far out of the way. Now, when it comes to this next card, right? Because now I'm going to talk about cards that benefit. This Gogeta makes an energy marker, and if you're going to make an energy marker, you have to start using the cards that normally would have to go out of your way. That's going to be the boon of this deck. You can pretty much always have your energy marker up, so hopefully some of these cards are better facilitated. Now, we haven't seen, outside of that Gogeta and well, the Veku and the Pyon, we've seen 2 cards that just say, hey, do you have an energy marker up? The cards that we had previously would be Trunks GT, and as we all know, this guy made massive waves coming into the set in Ultra Limit, able to protect your entire board as long as you have an energy marker. Very, very, very good card, so he's there. The next card I want to talk about is Pan GT. If you have extra energy, or if you awaken mid-game, late game, because I think Gogeta will benefit from awakening later and later in the game, it's because you have more energy to work with, this is going to be actually pretty cool for draw power, because you'll be able to have your Pan attack, burn the energy marker, bounce something if you want to, draw a card, and then you can pay another one and get your energy marker back and have it set up for next turn, have all of your other effects go off. And so I think that Pan, depending on the space in the deck, will be fine to put in. She's just going to be extra draws late game while harassing leader with a neutral 2k or 20k. Another card that was a star in the Ultra Limit format was Glorio. And now that Gogeta has this, there's never going to be a part of the game where you cannot play Glorio for 2. If you ever have an issue, you're essentially just going to be playing Glorio for 3 by making your energy marker and playing this. And there are going to be some turns where you're able to go a little bursty with your effects. You're going to be able to have essentially 5 energy and be like, okay, I'm going to pay 1 to get an energy marker, 2 for Glorio, 25, 2 for Glorio, 25. And then with your leader, with nothing else on board, with 5 energy, you've at least made a 20k swing, a 25 and a 25, and that's actually pretty cool. So I think that Glorio, depending on the build, like I said, we still have to see more cards, he can definitely benefit from a leader effect like this. And then, of course, we have the Mac Daddy himself. We have Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And Super Saiyan 4 Goku, the just secret rare, is going to be able to be pretty cool with this. If you have 4 energy and you're awakened, or 5 energy and you're awakened, whatever, as long as it's 4 energy above, you can use 1 energy to make an energy marker, and then you can tap all 4 for Goku, and then you can swing with your leader, you know, get your draw, swing with Goku, get your energy marker back, and then bam, of course, you've got your energy marker used for the turn. You don't have to go out your way. The energy marker's on your field for the following turn, and bam, there you have it. So I do think that that's actually pretty cool. If you have this guy on board, or any number of Gokus on board, you can do some funny things. Like, let's say you have an SS4 Goku and Gogeta on board, and you go to your next turn, you open up, you can literally just hard cast your second SS4 Goku, and then activate the leader effect, paying the energy marker. Then you don't have an energy marker on board, you play an energy marker, and then both of these Gokus will get their draw at the end of turn. And you still use things like Hercule GT if you use it, Power Brothers if you use it, your 10 times Kamehameha if you use it, because you've got these Gokus to continue getting your energy markers back, and then that's a +2 at the end of turn. There's a lot of things that you can do. I just don't necessarily feel like, at this very moment, I'm not sure if I like Goku I'm not sure if I like Gogeta over Baby. I'm not sure if I like Gogeta over Bardock. I still want to see more from it. I need to see the payoff. But so far, I do think that unless we get some leader-locked ability, some leader-locked cards, I don't think that Gogeta is going to be over here, but we're going to keep going. You got the 10 times Kamehameha as another card that benefits from this. Being able to turn one of your non-energy markers into an energy marker and then flip that into a 10 times Kamehameha is always going to be a good thing, pulling it out of nowhere. Your opponent can't count your energy effectively, or they'll have to change the standard of how they count your energy. They'll look at that and they'll be like, okay, yeah, cool. As long as he's got one, he's got 10 times up. Now, the thing is, though, while you're not awakened, you don't have your leader effect. So you're still going to have to run energy marker generators. Like, that's the worst part, I think, about this. You're still going to have to run your Kakarats, because if you go first, you can't just sit there and go, well, I'll get my energy marker when I awaken. Half your deck is built around having an energy marker, so you're still going to have to run Kakarot. You're still probably going to have to run Son Goku GT. That's just an issue. And then to awaken, like I said, I don't think this can be a deck where you just willy-nilly awaken early game. I think you need to have at least 4 energy to awaken and be able to make the plays that you want to play. But at the same time, you don't want your opponent to sit there and starve you, which you can do against a lot of black decks. Try to not awaken them. Give yourself a good 4 turns or so. I don't dig that. So when it comes to that, I feel like you still have to run a fair amount of self-awakeners. So you have your Pycons. Once again, you have your Pans. Once again, you have your Trunks GTs. You have your Gokus, and they all do things on their own. But yeah, I'm just not quite sure about where this deck is going. Like I said, we're still missing some cards. We still have plenty of commons, some uncommons, some rares. We got to see what other world cards they have. We're probably going to get another Pycon card. We might get some of the... It's actually kind of hard because putting the Grand Kai in, we might get some of the people that Goku fought during the Pycon and him tournament, in the Otherworld tournament. But overall, I'm just not quite sure how it goes because Black has so many non-Anotherworld cards, and outside of like a Gogeta that specifically states that you have to have a Gogeta leader to use, I'm not sure what brings this deck above other decks that already exist in Black. GT Goku, Baby, and even Bardock now are getting additional layers of support, and this deck is just kind of coming out raw. It requires you to play kind of like under curve, sort of. I mean, technically it's still on curve, so it's just interesting. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm still kind of on the deck. Remember, like the video if you like the video, subscribe if you want to see more content from Dragon Ball, Gundam, and maybe even One Piece returning. I'm kind of on the fence. I'm thinking about it now that I'm going to be commentating for One Piece Nationals in just a week. So yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking, and hopefully I'll see you here or on Twitch or on Universe X for gaming content, because I'm streaming Kingdom Hearts. Just need to not be sick. And yeah, I'll see you later. Peace.